I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and I'm joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. How's everyone?
Doing well.
Good, thanks.
And joining us again today is Executive Editor Megan Garvey.
Nice to be back.
24 years ago, California voters banned affirmative action. This week, a ballot measure qualified for the November election to repeal that ban. Josie, you've been following that story.
Right, so as the November election approaches, you're going to be hearing a lot more about Assembly Constitutional Amendment 5, or better known as ACA 5. Yesterday, it got the approval it needed from the legislature just in time to get on the November 3rd ballot. And if voters on November 3rd go for it, it would overturn Prop 209, which voters back in 1996 passed to ban the consideration of race and gender in public universities and government hiring as well. But it's the race part that's got some people quite upset and calling affirmative action just another form of discrimination, in particular against high-performing Asian students. But ACI 5 has a lot of momentum. There's just a growing recognition about systemic racism faced by Black and brown people. And the measure also has wide-ranging support from some of the state's most powerful unions and politicians, including Governor Gavin Newsom.
Anyone who has ever watched small children knows that it is not an easy job, but most childcare workers do the work for very little pay. Mariana has been tracking efforts to address that.
So it is election time for an estimated 43,000 California child care providers. They're going to be voting on whether or not to be represented by a union, Child Care Providers United. Now, these are providers that receive payments from the state to care for children from low-income families, and many have told me that they're making less than minimum wage after paying for supplies, their staff. They work all these extra hours to actually run their business on top of taking care of kids, and this election has been in the making for more than a decade. Before Governor Gavin Newsom, 2 governors rejected bills to allow the providers to bargain for higher wages, and we'll know the outcome after the mail-in ballots are counted on July 24th.
John reported earlier this week that Disneyland workers were unhappy about the theme parks reopening on July 17th. Well, yesterday those plans changed.
So I think it's one thing if paying guests are nervous to go back to Disneyland. After all, cases are spiking not only in California, but also in Disneyland's own backyard, Anaheim. So union representatives for about 17,000 workers at Disneyland sent a letter to Governor Gavin Newsom saying it was too soon, that the governor should not authorize or issue timelines for the reopening of Disneyland. And Disneyland this week said it was in fact going to postpone its opening, not because of the complaints from the workers, but because it didn't have enough time to implement whatever changes the state recommends. Now, Disney has been losing billions of dollars from the pandemic. It is eager to get business going. And if you're a Disney fan and really need a little Disney magic, Downtown Disney is still planning to open on July 9th. So you could go down there and shop. You just can't go to Disneyland or California Adventure anytime soon.
And finally, Sharon has been looking into a program that offers relief for some people who have a stack of unpaid utility bills.
Yeah, right now, people who are struggling to pay their bills, they're protected from having their electricity or gas shut off until April if they don't pay their bills. But when that ends, there's a new program that would eliminate the debt entirely. State utility regulators are making Southern California Edison and Southern California Gas Company offer this debt forgiveness program to their customers. Here's how it works. Come April, if you start paying your regular monthly bills on time, 1/12 of your unpaid debt will be erased every month. So after a year, all that back debt is gone. There's a few strings. The debt forgiveness program is open only to people who have $500 or more in unpaid debt that's 90 days old or older. And you also have to enroll in a subsidy program from the utility. It's only for Edison and Southern California Gas customers in our area. DWP has different rules and they're not offering it yet.
Thanks, Sharon, and thank you all at the KPCC and LAist newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, your neighbor, and we will see you tomorrow.